All right, back at you with another one. This is the Bandai Creations or Bandai America 1974 Mechagodzilla. Now, this is from 2009, the 65th anniversary series. And, Bandai Creations, they are the ones who gave us one of the best 2014 Godzilla figures that was put out. Look at that. That's incredible. So, they definitely hit on figures every once in a while. And they certainly have here with the 74 Mechagodzilla. It's just chock full of detail. It's extremely screen accurate. You can see with the way the suit is done with the rivets all over the place. They have the spikes on the knee. They have the accordion part of the legs. They have all of the areas where beams come out of. They have this grate on his neck, which is actually where the suit actor was able to see through the suit. You have the MG on both of his side of both of his arms. You have, if you look inside his mouth, you have the two missiles in his mouth. You have the missiles on his fingers. And this is just very well done. The detail on the dorsal plates all the way to the tip of the tail is excellent. This figure has 5 points of actually 6 points of articulation. The legs, the arms, the torso, and the head. And that's really cool for a figure like this to have 6 points of articulation. This is a really nice figure. I unfortunately I don't have the box anymore. I got this a while ago, and it wasn't really a box that was anything spectacular. I just tossed it. I think it had maybe the Heisei era Godzilla on the front of the box, but I forget what figures were even in that set. It was like maybe a 3-figure set. But this is a very, very nice version of Mechagodzilla. In my opinion, this is still the best design for Mechagodzilla. I didn't really like the two that came after him. I didn't like Kiryu. I like the Godzilla vs. Kong 2021 Mechagodzilla would probably be in second place for me. Either that or maybe the Ready Player One Mechagodzilla, because I really like this design. But in my opinion, this guy is still the king. The 74 as well as the 75. To me, those are the two best Mechagodzillas. And this movie, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla from 1974, is certainly one of my top, probably 5 to 7 Godzilla movies of all time. I just love it. The movie, is very dark for me as a little kid, basically. You know what I mean? Like that scene when they fight at night and Mechagodzilla kind of gets the upper hand of the first fight of round 1 with Godzilla. I took that personally as a little kid, The dark scenes in Godzilla, like the early Godzillas, really drew me into the movies. So, and Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla was a movie that was a little bit more serious in tone, darker in tone, than some of the little kids' movies that came before it. I liked the 74 and 75 movies. So, they're definitely up there for me. And I think this is a good representation of Mechagodzilla in that movie. The eyes are well done with the orange paint. And as you can see, just take a look at it, This is a real raw version of Mechagodzilla, you know what I mean? It's just, he looks like a bucket of bolts here. But I like that, I love this design. This to me is the most intimidating version of Mechagodzilla, you know? And it always left an impression on me as a kid when he changed from Godzilla and the skin disappeared and Mechagodzilla revealed himself. That kind of, it was scary as a little kid looking at him, you know? And I still feel that way about this version of Mechagodzilla. And now, you know, I have to say, I think Bandai Creations did a hell of a job on this Mechagodzilla, the same way that it did on the 2014 Godzilla. This is just a really, really nice figure. I'll put him in another pose for you. All right, this is the way I have him posed on the shelf, basically, with the 74 Bandai Godzilla that I own, which this really scales very nicely with. I'll bring that out in a second and show that to you. But, you know, you can move his arms all the way around. You can move his legs. You can turn his head. You can turn his torso. I like this pose of him. I believe this is basically the pose that he comes in when you get him in the box originally. Something like that. He's looking to the side like that. But, you know, I thought that was kind of cool. It's a little bit different than the Bandai, as far as like the placement of the arms and such. But I'm really loving this guy. I got him a while ago. I just haven't had a chance to do a review on it. I did a review of the Bandai 2021 Mechagodzilla. And now I'll just bring out the 74 Bandai to show you how well it scales with this Bandai Creations 74 Mechagodzilla. I think it's very nice. I like to just pose it just like that, where you could just have Mechagodzilla looking at him and about to shoot his missiles at him, and Godzilla ready to scrap, you know. And, you know, this is my favorite Godzilla design. I think that this is one of the nicest Bandai figures ever made. It just nails the 74 Godzilla. And this is my favorite Mechagodzilla design. You know what I mean? Which I really think that Bandai Creations did a great job with this figure. So, you know, these are my two favorite designs of these kaiju. The movie's, you know, an important movie for me in the Godzilla franchise. And I'm always looking to scoop up 74s, whatever I can get. It's my favorite Goji suit, so the Mecha Goji suit. So I'm always looking to get either a 74 Godzilla or a 74 Mechagodzilla. Yeah, I just gobbled these up. And you can see both of these figures look incredible. I mean, you know, look at that right there. That could be an actual, like, part of the movie, and you wouldn't even realize it. That's how screen accurate these figures are, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is just great. I highly recommend both of these. I mean, of course, the 74 Bandai Godzilla, that's like the Money Mayweather of Bandai figures to me. It's just one of the nicest ones they've ever done. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're not a Godzilla figure collector if you don't have this one. You know what I mean? But Bandai Creations does, Bandai America, whatever the hell you want to call it. They give us good figures every now and then. You know what I mean? And this, and they're getting better. You know what I mean? Because this Mechagodzilla came out in 2009, and then they followed it up with this gem. You know what I mean? So you could tell the figures are getting, look at the detail on that. So you could tell the Bandai Creations figures just got better as time went on, but they really nailed the Mechagodzilla suit. And yeah, I would go out there and get this figure. I don't even think I don't know how much it's worth now, but it wasn't too expensive at the time that I bought it. So it's one that I highly recommend. I really love the paint job on it also. The different shades of gray to make this piece of vinyl look like a piece of metal, a hunk of metal, you know, and it's just, yeah, it's just great. Look at that. Look at the tail. Look at the design on the tail, on the dorsal plates. That's really nice, man. Yeah. All right, folks. We got Godzilla X Kong coming out in a few days, less than a week away. Can't wait to see it. Just figured I'd do a few reviews leading up to the movie, get you in the mood for it. And this is another one. Go out there and get you some Mechagodzilla. Peace out, folks.